Abby, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your experience with Transform Flipper Academy with us.
I'm so excited to be here and thank you for all the guidance throughout my first project. It took, I think, about 3 months.
What challenges were you facing before joining the Academy?
It's just really scary to invest a lot of your money without having a structure on how to analyze the deals. I wasn't really sure on how to estimate the ARV. I guess I was really afraid of investing my time and money without having a clear plan in place. So before like joining the academy, it was crippling, right? Like I want to do it, but then I had no idea where to start. And there are a lot of books online, but it's kind of it still is not. You still don't know if it's correct. You still don't know if it's going to work out. So I think it was nerve wracking for me. Like I don't think I would have started this if not for this course that you provide. The course and the classes gave me a lot of confidence, and it gave me a structure on how to analyze my deals. And like I mentioned, like before starting, not being able to estimate the ARV was my biggest concern. And now I do this like just as a way to learn. I estimate ARVs for properties that I don't purchase, right? Just a way to practice. And we did that a lot in the class too.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Like practice makes perfect. You just have to keep practicing until you get a hang of it.
We appreciate the group exercises that we do in the coaching call, where like someone brings a house and like you guide them in estimating the ARV, and we look at the comps. That sometimes you'll say why this is a good comp, why this may not be a great comp, and I feel like those type of exercises is something you're not going to get by reading a book, right? Like it's just being part of this group. I think gives you that knowledge and advantage over someone else.
What made Transform Flipper Academy stand out?
I think it's part of your video too. So when you like do your videos, I found it always to the point. There's less fluff in it. Like you give a lot of good information, but you're also very methodical. Like you share your numbers. And then I read your book, and it's similarly like I felt like this person is not trying to sell you, but it's actually trying to educate you, and that's what I liked.
Did you realize that the strategies and the lessons you learned from the academy was making a difference?
From the start, like your course covers like how you should estimate rehab, like and how you should go through the closing process and then start planning and everything. So I think for every step of the way, so I've actually gone through all the course materials, but then when I went through the first project, I would go through each and every chapter at each and every stage just to make sure I'm doing things correctly. You have done a really good job in putting the course together, thinking from the start to the end of a flip, like whatever someone needs to know, I think is in that course. And then the other thing that really helped is the coaching calls. So if something was like, just outside of the norm that was in my project that was not covered in the course material, I had the opportunity to ask those questions in the class.
That's awesome. Yeah, you did really well.
Thank
Can
you.
you tell us a little more about your first project?
Sure. This property is a single family home. It's a 3 bed, 2 bath, 1,800 square feet home, which is in a really nice retirement community. And the property was built in the 1970s, and it had only one owner, which is great. But due to, the last few years of their life, they were elderly and they couldn't take care of the property. So it needed a lot of repairs.
How has your house flipping career changed since you joined Transform Flipper Academy?
I know what I should do next. And also being part of this community, I'm always motivated because everyone is so inspiring. Like everyone's has a similar mindset, right? Like where they want to work hard and they want to do things correctly. And people, I like that everyone in the community shares their knowledge. Like whenever I post a question in Facebook, I get a response from you, and I also hear from other students who are in my position. And I think that really gives me confidence that I can do more.
I'm so glad to hear that. It's amazing that your contribution is so valuable too. Looking back, do you believe investing in Transform Flipper Academy was worth it?
Oh, absolutely. I took the money out in less than a year. And it's honestly, it's not about the money. I think, it's the connections that you make when you want to do something that's hard and something you do not know. You want to surround yourself with like-minded people. And I have that as well as the guidance from you, like, who you've 10 years of experience and you've done many such projects, and I think that's invaluable. So I would say for anyone that wants to consider flipping, I would definitely recommend that they join Transform Flipper Academy. I think it's going to give people the tools they need to not just do their first project, but also to set up a business, right? Like, how do you make sure you are scalable, you're sustainable, you can eventually maybe draw an income from it, right? So that's the goal. It's not a side project for anyone that's in here. And I think the academy is going to give everyone the foundation they need. It's going to give people the community they need, so they're not alone going through this process. And I'm doing this with a full-time job. So for me, like at the end of 5 p.m., if I was on my own, I would probably be like, oh, I'm tired, maybe I'll do it tomorrow. But then because I'm part of this group, I work after 5 till most of the day, till 10 or 12, depending on what's going on. And that's because I'm inspired by all these people. Yeah, it's a no-brainer, I would say, for anyone who wants to consider joining an academy. I'm sure there are a lot of academies out there, but I think Transform Flipper Academy is just so unique in the sense that we have these like coaching calls where we get like customized guidance. You're not like, oh, you paid for this, now go read your material and you're done. Right. So and like we have this community like where we have conversations and we are learning about things that are not part of our flip, but also someone else's flip. I make sure I read all the questions that people post, and there's always so much I learn. So I would say that like that's really unique. There's just constant learning apart from and real world learning, right? Like not just some book that like you just read the theory, but this is like people actually doing the work, and you learn from them. And I think that sets this academy apart from other institutions out there.